Open your mind.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with the Survival Buzz. So it's amazing how insufficient people are with survival in their everyday life nowadays. And it's mainly the millennial crowd, although I can't just frame them in because I'm noticing a lot more older people as well that are reliant on the system that we have. I mean, you have everything from something as simple as a ambulance ride or the fire department coming to protect you, on up to being able to order your food through Uber Eats or whatever because you're too lazy to go get it yourself. I'm sorry, but I can never understand why people pay twice as much to eat lunch simply because they don't want to go get it. But a couple weeks ago, there was this lady at the building I work in, and she was a millennial. She was probably in her late 20s or something like that. She came up to me and another security guard and were like, hey, there's a guy across the street that looks like he needs help. I looked over there, he was basically passed out on the sidewalk. And doing security work like I do, I can't go over there on another property that I'm not protecting and check on this guy and tell him or to leave or see what's wrong with him, whatever. So I told her I think he's fine. He looks like he's just passed out. And then the next thing you know, maybe 30 minutes roll by, she goes outside and is standing there, and a fire truck and an ambulance pull up and go, yell at this guy, hey, you all right? The guy sits right up, he's fine. And I was just amazed that many of the resources were used for something that idiotic. And if she was so concerned, why not go over there and check on him yourself? But that's how this generation is. And like I said, there's some older people that are guilty as well. But they're so reliant on somebody else taking care of the problem, no matter what that problem is, they can't take care of themselves in the end, especially if they have no finances. And I honestly think that's why we're starting to see so many more homeless people on the street, because people can't take care of themselves. A little bit of economic hardship or whatever it may be gets thrown their way and they just give up, and they're so reliant on, Big Daddy Gov taking care of them. They're so reliant on the ambulance showing up when they're hurt. They're so, reliant on the fire truck putting the fire out on their house. And these are issues that we are going to have to learn to deal with for ourselves and our community, people around us, people we care about, our neighbors, things like that. Because in the future, there's not going to be as much help as there is now. It's already on the downhill, really. Everybody wants to get rid of the police, and now we need them more than ever, really. And nobody wants to work for the breadcrumbs that comes along with that anymore. They're having trouble finding people, which, I made a video about them hiring, illegals now. That's the world we're turning into now. So we need to be ready for whatever is ahead of us. As preppers, a lot of us just get caught up in the food and water and things like that. But, you need to have medical supplies and know how to use those. Myself, I'm fortunate enough, my wife works in the healthcare industry, so she's a little bit smarter in that area than me. She can take care of most issues. But, along with that, you need to have a lot of things put back, bandages, gauze, stop bleed, a way to suture, tourniquets. You need all of those things because, there may come a day when you call for that ambulance and nobody's going to show up. I mean, doing security work like I do, I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody detained or needed the police to show up somewhere and, looking at my watch 20, 30 minutes later and they're still not there. This is the world we're evolving into, and we need to be able to protect ourselves. We need to be able to provide our own medical care, as well as be able to feed ourselves and our family. We all need to be as reliant on ourselves as we possibly can. And I know in the world we live in now, it's nearly impossible to just be completely off grid and do everything, provide everything that you need in life. And I get that. But it's going to get harder and harder to get by. So you're going to have to learn to take care of ailments and protect your family when the police aren't going to show up. These are things that you need to be prepared for, because this is the world we're rolling into. That's all I got for today. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.